coming in at number 100, Tyler Lockett, wide receiver, Seattle Seahawks. Really, since Lockett wrestled away that number 1 receiver job from Doug Baldwin 2 years ago, he's been consistent in 2 ways. He's been consistent on the field. He's had, between the last 2 seasons, 2,002 receiving yards and 18 touchdowns. And he also has been kind of consistently undervalued and underappreciated off the field by fans. I feel like everybody wants to say that he is a product of Russell Wilson, and I'll agree that he is for sure a beneficiary of Russell Wilson. To say that he's a product to me is just disingenuous, and I hope to kind of dispel any of those notions that you have here when we get into really what makes Tyler Lockett so special. So the first thing I want to talk about is his acceleration. Lockett isn't known as a burner. He ran a 4.4 40 at the combine. So just in terms of straight line speed, he's certainly above average for the position, but not by much, you know. So where he really makes his money, though, is on his kind of cuts in and out of routes. And you'll see that here. I grabbed a clip from Week 9 against Tampa Bay, and just watch what he does out of the slot here as he kind of he's going to wait for this pseudo pick play, we'll call it, to develop, just to get his defender out of position enough, and then he'll absolutely burst and just break off that route and accelerate to the end zone for the touchdown. Here, I'll play it for you guys. Look, just watch what he does. Here, he sets him up and break, and he's gone, basically. You know, he gives himself just enough room for Russell Wilson to fit the ball in there and put 6 points on the board. You know, we'll replay it again from the other angle just so you get a better view of kind of the final product. But without that acceleration and his speed in and out of breaks, I don't think Tyler Lockett would be nearly as good as he is today. Next up, we have his ability to really track the ball downfield. And this one really stood out to me on film because when you look at Lockett, you see a 5'10" receiver, and you wouldn't think that he is going to be the guy to really go up and high point balls. But when you put on the film, that is one element that is absolutely essential to his game. It is probably one of his biggest strengths, and you'll see it here. This is going against Marlon Humphrey in Week 7, who obviously we all know Marlon. He's a 6 foot cornerback, and even though he's absolutely smothered by Humphrey, just look at how he's able to still look up, locate the ball, adjust his body, and haul in the grab. This is just masterful stuff. And it's because of Lockett's ability to track balls like that Russell Wilson, when he sees, okay, they are blitzing 7 or 8 guys, that he's able to just stand in the pocket and really just throw it up off his back foot because he trusts in Lockett's ability to track and adjust and really haul in those catches that most receivers wouldn't haul in at all. So next up we have concentration. I know everybody likes to talk about concentration drops. Well, this play right here is going to be my dictionary definition for a concentration catch. So you're going to see is Lockett out of the slot here. He's going to run what could be a post or corner route. You don't really know, but he's going to go up the seam. And here I'll play it for you guys. Watch him. He goes up the seam, and then he breaks into his corner route right into another corner. Though he's obviously going into that space between the free safety and corner. But when you see that corner beating down on you, that just provides a whole nother level of difficulty to the catch that I feel like a lot of people don't really appreciate. When you can see that guy out of your peripheral vision, that's a drop 90% of the time because you know that you're about to get absolutely destroyed if you catch this ball standing straight up. So Lockett, he's kind of fearless. You know, he's fearless, and he stands in there and he holds his ground and he makes that catch. And luckily he goes down so he doesn't get absolutely destroyed. But it's just an example, a perfect example of really the concentration that he has in these downfield contested catch situations. So next up, this is probably, if it's not his best quality, it's his second best quality. It's his body control. And this is a game against the Rams. It's one of the best catches of the 2019 season. So you'll see Russell have to move around in the pocket here, and just this play speaks for itself. Obviously, when you look at it once, you don't think it's a catch, but there's a picture of it around the left there. You can clearly see he has possession. He has his toes dragging, and it just goes to show how great Lockett is at keeping his lower body still while being able to reach out and extend and haul in the ball with his upper body. Obviously, it is a great throw by Wilson. I can't say that enough because he put it to where only Lockett could grab it, but just the fact that Lockett was able to grab it, that is it's absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not sure how many receivers in the league would be able to make such a catch like this, 100% stretched out. I mean, that's almost all 5'10" of him laying into the sidelines, and that's just fantastic stuff. Another example of really the body control aspect that I have here is against the Eagles in the wild card round. You'll see him kind of on this wheel route. We don't know if it was a designed wheel or if he improvised it, but just look at him high point this ball. Like I was saying earlier, his ability to track, his ability to really accelerate up that sideline. You'll see here Russell delivers the ball again right where he absolutely has to. But look at Lockett spinning from the field of play towards out of bounds and still being able to get down with the catch. They rule it incomplete on the field. They go to the booth, realize both feet were inbounds. He gets a 40-yard gain on a play that had no business of getting any yardage because that was just absurd. But that's Tyler Lockett. His body control, like I said, it's elite. His tracking ability, it's elite. His ability to high point those balls, it's elite. And that's what you see kind of all mashed into one. And that's really his game. And kind of lastly here, we're going to get into his hands because that is really what makes Tyler Lockett Tyler Lockett. Obviously, you can track the ball or you can accelerate as fast as anybody. You can have great body control, but if you don't have the hands to reel in these catches, you're not going to do anything. And Lockett, he is the epitome to me of a possession receiver, at least in the modern NFL. He doesn't create a ton of separation. He averages about 3.1 yards per target, which is pretty standard for the league, a little bit below average actually. And in terms of after the catch, he averages 4 yards per reception after the catch, which is in the bottom 1/3 of the league. But the man has absolute like sticky glue gloves on or something because he brought in 74.5% of all of his targets last year. Him and George Kittle actually were the only two with 80 receptions or more on fewer than 117 targets. So he's doing something right. I'll say that. And he is, to me, the perfect definition of a possession receiver, which you'll see here. Watch him come across the middle with, and you can't really tell from this broadcast view. You'll be able to see it better on the wide view. Watch how he's able to haul in this catch, regardless of the fact that he has a defensive back just draped all over him. And you'll see it right here. Look at that. This is a 5'10" receiver with a defensive back smothering him, and he still somehow is able to bring the catch in. He's not even bringing it in really towards the ball. He's bringing it away from the ball. That's how elite this man is. And like I said, his body control and his hands and everything. And even better than that, it's a 2-minute drill. So what's he do? They get the ball into the ref, and he goes and he does it again. Back-to-back plays. Here he is lined up on that left slot again. You're going to see him coming across the middle. And again, you can't really tell from the broadcast view. It looks like it should be a pretty standard, easy pitch and catch. But this isn't a greatly thrown ball by Russell Wilson. You'll see it here. I'll make sure to pause it. You see that acceleration, and then just look at this. Look at that. Again, he's draped all over by this defender. He has no business catching this ball, but he does, because that is Tyler Lockett's game. That is what he does. He is one of the best in the league, and I have it here. He's one of the best in the league at making these contested catches, which is just so impressive considering he's 5'10". I mean, this was week 17 against the 49ers. This was one of the best plays I saw all season. Obviously, Russell Wilson's improvising, which he so frequently has to do with that lackluster offensive line, but Tyler Lockett's improvising too. You're going to see him right now. He's getting grabbed and held in the back of the end zone, but watch him break away here, jump up along the back line, stay in bounds, and reel in the catch. It's fantastic. It really is. It's an encapsulation of everything I've said to this point. It's the tracking, it's the body control, it's the acceleration to just create that little bit of space necessary. And when I say a little bit of space, I mean a very little bit of space, because that defender is just draped all over him. But he has the hands, he has the concentration, he has everything it takes to bring that ball in, and that's why he's number 100. So if you guys disagree, if you don't think Lockett should have made the list, toss a comment down below, explain why. If you do agree, leave a like, and you can still leave a comment if you'd like. But other than that, make sure you guys subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We have 99 more of them to go, so make sure you're subscribed and ready for the next one. Peace, guys.